All right, so we're group 17, and this is our COGS 108 final project, putting light on the fight. So in the world of MMA, every statistic tells a different story. From significant strikes to takedown attempts, each unique move can be a crucial factor in determining the outcome of a fight. So my group and I wanted to explore which of these fighting statistics are more prevalent in UFC victories, and if we can use these statistics to predict the outcome of a fight. So for our background, we did some research and narrowed our statistical definition of a successful fighter to stats such as significant strikes landed, takedown attempts, submission attempts, and control time. So with insights from these two articles, we found that fighting styles that produce the most champions is wrestling with 31. So we hypothesized that our statistical analysis would find that wrestling is a superior form of fighting, and that fighters with a higher number of takedown attempts and submissions should be victorious in their fights. We also hypothesized that more fights will end in submissions than knockouts. So for our data overview, our analysis focuses on various fight stoppage variables such as submissions, knockout, TKO, and decision wins. We also examine several fighting variables like takedowns, significant strikes, total strikes, control time, knockdowns, and submission attempts, etc. So our goal is to use these fighting statistics to determine which techniques are more prevalent in victories and to see if the usage of those techniques can predict the outcome of the fight. So for our first part of analysis, we separated the winners and losers into two categories to compare and see if there were any significant differences. And so from this, we saw that the greatest difference in fighting statistics are control time and knockdowns with T-scores of 36.35 and 40.43 respectively. This indicates that control time and knockdowns may be the greatest contributors to success in a fight. So for our second part of our analysis, we had a logistic regression model that indicated that some fight statistics are more correlated to winning. So first we had our knockdowns that had a significant impact with a coefficient of 1.77 and an odds ratio of 5.85, increasing the chances of winning by 485%. So similarly, we also had submission attempts that also had a strong impact with a coefficient of 0.79 and an odds ratio of 2.20, increasing the chances of winning by 120%. So as you can see here, knockdowns and submission attempts had the most impact in increasing the odds of winning, while takedown attempts and significant strikes and all of those other ones were not that impactful. So finally, we use pair plots to categorize the fight statistics into two fighting styles. So these pair plots show a positive correlation between control time and submission times, as well as control time and takedowns, with little to no correlation for the other combination features. From the information we gathered, it's safe to say that statistics we saw correlate most with winning, and each other generalized to wrestling/grappling fighting style, thereby increasing chances of winning. So initially, we hypothesized that fighters with a wrestling or grappling background would produce more wins, expecting to see more wrestling statistics as indicators. From our analysis, we found that control time and knockdowns had the most significant differences between winners and losers. This suggests there are key contributors to success. Using a logistic regression model, we determined that knockdowns and takedowns significantly increases the chances of winning. We categorized different statistics into two different fighting styles, strikers and grapplers. Correlations were found between takedowns, submission attempts, and control time, indicating a wrestling/grappling background as the most effective for winning fights. So while knockdowns are impactful, they are rare and skew the data. Consistent winning statistics were takedowns and submission attempts. Although we identified wrestling/grappling as the best fighting style, specific disciplines like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or boxing were harder to pinpoint due to overlapping strategies. So hopefully our research can guide amateur MMA fighters toward the most successful fighting style for their careers. Thank you.